Okay, so now we're going to talk about the discriminant. The discriminant is this part of the quadratic equation that's inside of the square root symbol. Whatever this number is under this radical can tell you how many solutions you have. For solutions for a quadratic, you can have 2, 1, or no real solutions, and I'll briefly mention that you can have non-real solutions with imaginary numbers. Alright, if my discriminant is positive, that means I have 2 solutions. So if it is positive, for example, these two, it crosses the x-axis twice, that means this is positive. When I do all the math, calculate everything under the square root, it's going to be positive. The reason we have 2 different roots, 2 different solutions, is what we talked about yesterday. The square root of 9 has a value of -3, or it can be -3. The square root of 9 has 2 different values. That's where that plus or minus comes in. That's why I say plus or minus. The next option is if that discriminant is 0. If that discriminant is 0, it has one real solution. The vertex is going to be on that x-axis, because the square root of 0 is 0. Even if I wanted to do something like, say, plus or minus 0, plus or minus 0 is still just 0, because there's no negative or positive version of that. So that's how we get the one solution. And then our last situation is if it is a negative number in there. The reason we don't have real solutions is that it will not cross the x-axis. Is I cannot take the square root of a negative number. Now tomorrow we will learn what to do in this situation. We will learn how to use I and get an imaginary answer. So this is actually plus or minus 3i, but we're not going to talk about that today. We will talk about that tomorrow. But all you need to know for right now is if it's positive, it has 2 solutions. If it's 0, it's 1 solution, and negative, 2 non-real solutions. For what that means right now, no real solutions.